if you came here from the eye tutorial and you're wondering why I separated it, I figured some people just want to see the tutorial and they don't want to see this discussion bit. So figured it's much better to separate it. Anyway, this is going to be a longer review of the 3 It Skin product. I'm going to try using them again, and this time hopefully I can have a better impression. Yesterday I was impressed by the wear time. It stayed on the whole night. Then again, I mean, I wasn't sweating, so I didn't really put it through a lot of effort. Let's give it a try. So yesterday I was using the It Skin Pore Camouflage Powder as a setting powder, but apparently it's also a foundation, so today I'm going to give it a try as foundation. I think you can apply it pretty well with a kabuki brush, but I had a lot of fun applying it with my Masami Shoko sponge yesterday, so I think I'm gonna apply it with the sponge. Ooh, I already like messed this up. Oh. Okay, I should have kept the poof in a nicer place. I really messed it up. Actually, let me see if I can apply it with a poof. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can apply it really well with the poof, actually. The coverage is definitely heavier and extremely matte. Wow. Holy crap, everything's disappearing. Wow. Okay, guys, this really makes my pores disappear on its own. I'm impressed. But then again, it's extremely heavy coverage. So, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I really like how poreless I look. On the other hand, it's extremely heavy coverage, so you do look like you're wearing makeup. I know the heavy coverage is a popular look in Indonesia, but personally for me, I like keeping things very light on my own face. Let me zoom in so you can take a look at how my pores look. So that's the side of the foundation. As you can see, I look almost poreless. This is how I normally look without foundation. You know, I have quite a lot of pores at the side of my nose and a lot of red discoloration because I'm really bad. Yeah, guys, if you don't want those angry red veins at the side of your nose, don't squeeze your nose. I know it's really tempting to get the clogged comedones and the blackheads out, but you're not supposed to do it. I do it. I'm being a hypocrite, but if you don't want to know like mine, don't do it. I know it's so tempting. Okay, so I really like this foundation. It's heavier coverage, so that's something to think about. If you don't want a heavy coverage, then maybe it's not for you. But if you want something with a heavier coverage, this is it. I don't think I even need concealer after this. I actually really like this one for applying foundation. But again, as I mentioned, the downside, the shape is a bit awkward, so it's not that great for getting into corners. At the same time, Masami Shoko creates these sponges in all sorts of shapes and sizes, so I'm pretty sure you can find one for every need. This is just great for like applying foundation in a hurry. The grip is so comfortable, so it depends on what you're looking for. Holy crap! Wow, okay, my skin looks so flawless on this side. Everything disappears. Can you see that? Yeah. Wow. I think this is going to be my go-to product when I'm breaking out. It's very heavy coverage. If you have problem skin and, you know, for a special occasion you want to look like you have flawless skin and you don't want to work too hard in concealing, I think this is it for you. And oh, my face feels really velvety soft. It doesn't feel too heavy, that's the good thing. It doesn't feel too heavy on your skin. If you zoom in really closely, you can tell like you're wearing makeup. It's got that powdery look. But on the positive side, who's going to zoom in that closely into your skin? You know, from talking distance, you're gonna look flawless. Now, I'm going to try out this Skin Flat Pore Filling Gel. And now it's gonna be on my other side. Let's see how it goes. Again, I'm gonna use this Beauty Blender by Masami Shoko. I really like it for applying foundation. It's just so nice to grip. I will go on further reviewing it because my review hasn't changed from my review from the unboxing. You can check out that video below. Ooh, it feels really cool on my face. I like it. Okay, so this one is a lighter coverage, but it's also matte. You know, let me apply it with my fingers because that's how I like applying liquid products sometimes. Sometimes some liquid products I discover they're made to be applied with your fingers. So you just apply it with your fingers first, and then after that, you just blend it out with the Beauty Blender. Okay, it's giving me quite a matte look also. It's definitely not the dewy type of gel. Actually, I'm getting a pretty good result blending it just with my hands. So, you know, if you're in a hurry, I don't think this is one of those products where you need a beauty blender for. You can just wipe it on with your hands and get really good results. Surprisingly, I'm really surprised, but yeah, this is good. So I got mine in light beige, and I have to say it's slightly a bit too pink tone for me. So that's why I'm applying it more liberally around my face. Normally I only apply it on the areas that needs help, but I do need to blend it out a bit more so it blends with my skin. Fortunately, it's not too much of a difference for my skin tone, and the coverage is light enough that you can't see the difference. But that's something to take note of. Light beige is a bit pink toned. Feels very light. It almost feels like I'm not wearing anything. Let me look really closely. The thing is, it doesn't cover as much as the powder, but at the same time,
it feels much lighter.
So yeah, it doesn't look as powdery as the powder. Duh. But anyway, it looks a bit more natural. So if you want a lighter coverage and your skin isn't too problematic, this is the way to go. I do notice I still have very visible pores here. It doesn't cover it as much as the powder. So let me give the pore filling concealer a try. This time I'm actually going to use a brush for this. As I mentioned previously, it has this slanted applicator. Supposedly you can use the applicator to apply the concealer straight on your face, but I tried it yesterday and it did not go that well, so I'm using a brush. Okay, so right now it is covering my pores, but the coverage becomes so heavy, so I'm not getting the fluffy light coverage that I really like. Okay, so for around my nose, this thing is not exactly the most comfortable because it's a bit chunky, so I'm going to use my beauty blender.
And here's the results.
So it's a bit heavier, but it's still not bad. It does hide all my pores. So if your pores really bother you, go for it. You've seen how my pores look before and after. It actually does a really good job of hiding everything. And let me add in some concealer because the coverage of the pore gel is very light, so it doesn't really hide my uneven pigmentation. But as for the powder, it's pretty heavy. I barely need any more concealer. I think I can still see hints of uneven pigmentation, but I don't think I'm even going to bother going over it with concealer. This one I do need. And there you have it. Wow, I look like I have flawless skin. It's all a lie. Can I do the rest of my face before I continue with the review? Yeah, let me do the rest of my face. I'm using Moonshot's Cream Painted 102, and I'm gonna blend it out with this sponge. This is also nice for blending on brushes, by the way. It's just so fun to grip. It's very bouncy. For cream blushes, I find that it blends more easily on the CC gel. Well, I guess maybe because powder just clashes with the cream formula, so it doesn't blend as easily.
Here's both sides zoomed in so you can see the difference.
So yeah, if you like using cream blushes and like the natural flush it gives you, then maybe the CC gel is more for you. If you don't care about cream blushes and you like powder blushes anyway, the camouflage powder works. One thing I like about the CC gel is it dries to a very matte finish very fast. That way, you know, I don't need to worry about baking and setting with powder before I can apply other products on. I can just immediately put on powder products straight away. Okay, I'm going to experiment putting something powder on it. So I'm actually using one of my eyeshadows as highlighter. And let's see how it looks like on both surfaces. I'm guessing it will go glide really smoothly in both. I don't think I need to worry about it. Oh yes. Oh, it's gliding so smoothly and beautifully. I love it. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, so as I predicted, powder products glide on it easily on both sides. So if you're using powder blushes, you don't need to worry about which one to get. Both of them work equally well. I'm using Moonshot's Lip Treatment Glow because my lips are dry right now. And it comes with this really pretty natural flush. It just oxidizes into a pretty pink on your lips. Looks very natural and I like it. Okay, so that's it. Let me just wrap up my review really quickly. So there's 3 products I'm reviewing. All 3 of them are from Skin Flat. One of them is the Pore Filling CC Gel. The other one is the Matte and Smooth Perfect Cover Concealer. And the other one is the Pore Camouflage Powder. So this is like, I guess this is like a primer slash concealer for like hiding your pores afterwards. It works really, really well, but the coverage is definitely heavy. It's heavy, but it doesn't make your skin look too cakey. So I will say it's in between this two. Now, the CC Gel, I got it in light beige. It's very, very light coverage. It dries down really quickly to a matte. Feels very cool on my skin. Because it dries down so quickly, you don't need to worry about waiting for it to set before you apply powder. You can apply powder really, really well. If you're using cream products, this takes on cream products really well too. You can easily apply the cream product and blend it out to a very skin-like finish without worrying about messing up the foundation. Since the coverage is light, you do need concealer afterwards to hide most of your blemishes. So this is perfect if you want to get that very skin-like texture and you don't have that many problems with your skin. As for the Pore Camouflage Powder, this is very heavy coverage. I was initially using it yesterday as a setting powder, and you shouldn't do that because you end up with a very cakey finish. Instead, use it as foundation, and as foundation, the coverage is already really, really heavy. I didn't bother using any concealer because it hides quite a lot of my blemishes. And the downside is it doesn't take on cream blushes easily. You can still apply cream blush, but I do notice that you start getting a bit of a, I guess a bit of a chalkiness that it just, maybe the cream blush formula just doesn't take on with the powder. I mean, I know when I was using a powder foundation, usually cream products just don't go. It makes it gunk up a bit. But it does take on powder products really, really beautifully. Look at this highlighter here. Oh my god. So far, I'm a fan of all 3 products. And I'm going to continue with this review when I get back from my outing. And I'll let you know about the wear time. See you. Hey, yeah, okay, I'm back. So I've been wearing the foundation for, okay, it's 8 p.m. now. I recorded around 11, so about 9 hours. And okay, so I have really, really oily skin, and I do notice like around my nose area, this has been getting really rubbed off. Here, let me zoom in so you can see the damage. Like all powder foundations, the Pore Camouflage Powder seems to do really well on oily skin. When my skin gets oily, it just ends up spreading out into this almost like as if I just have a liquid foundation on. It looks quite nice actually when my skin's really oily. So I'm guessing with people with dry skin, it's going to stick on the flaky areas and it's not going to look that good. So if you have oily skin, this is good. If you have dry skin, not really. One of the downsides I noticed that earlier throughout the day, as I start getting oily, maybe because, you know, the oils are oozing out of my pores. So I do notice the foundation starting to like bunch up around my pores, so my nose kind of looks a bit dotty. But eventually the oils just covered my entire nose and the foundation looks smooth again. That sounds really gross. This side, the CC Gel. So what happened was, well, it starts getting a bit streaky as my face gets oily. I guess that's pretty common with my liquid foundation products, so nothing out of the ordinary. Wear time is pretty good. I mean, as you can see, even 8.5 hours later, through my oily face, it's still lasting quite well. So that's it for my review. Thank you so much for watching the entire thing. And once again, if you want to see my first impression of the K Collection box I received, as well as reviews of other items I got from the box, you can click on the link below. If you want to know how to get my eyes, well, I don't know if my eyes are still on, but if you want to know how to do this eye look, feel free to check out the link below too. Also, once again, if you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, share, Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. Ah, sponge. Oh my God. So that's, sorry.